So Chelsea is the club I want to talk about today. Chelsea are actually doing very well. They have let players go and they're bringing in players. Right now, Ajax have just authorized Gerald Hato to travel for medical tests at Chelsea. So this looks like a defender Chelsea are about to bring in. And I mean, looking at the amount or the number of players they've brought into the club this season, you know, it shows that they are ready to fight. They are ready to fight for the league, for the Champions League, for whatever tournament they are in, which is obviously all tournaments really. The Carabao Cup, they're there. The FA Cup, they will be there. The Champions League, they will be there. The league, they will be there. And they're strengthening. They're strengthening. Right now, they've just let Aris Balaga go, to Arsenal. They've also let Madueke go to Arsenal. There's Joao Felix also who have went to Saudi. And there are other number of players that have also been let go. They have Joao Pedro, they have Delap. I mean, they're okay. I believe they're okay. They're bringing in players that know how to score. They're bringing in players that know how to link up play. They're bringing in players that, have the fighting spirit. And players like Jackson also will be sold. He was also, I thought United were going to buy him. But the amount also that they had on him, the price tag was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. And since then, of course, United have decided to take their eyes elsewhere to Seško, which is another transfer that we'll be talking about shortly. But I just wanted to focus on Chelsea, because honestly speaking, Chelsea is a club that we didn't talk about much. And to think of it, they've actually done so much. They've actually done so much. I mean, they are not just Chelsea. These are the Conference League winners. These are the Club World Cup winners. This is a club that beat PSG, a PSG side that has been tormenting, every European giant of a club in Europe last season, and obviously in the Club World Cup. And Chelsea were the only ones to, put a stop to them. A game that I called, by the way, I kept telling my friends, that Chelsea is definitely going to win that game, and none of them believed me. I think I also told you guys too in one of the videos here. I think I also told you guys too that Chelsea were definitely going to win that game, which none of you guys believed me. But well, it is what it is. You saw it, and when I'm looking at that Chelsea side, I'm thinking they're definitely going to be a problem, especially in the Champions League. Because what I'm trying to see right now is, will they be a club that also goes all the way in the league, or are they actually a tournament league? Are they a tournament league, or are they actually a team that can also go all the way in the league, just like how we've seen the Manchester Cities, like the Arsenals. You see, with Arsenal, that's a team that is made for the league. Liverpool, they were never really that type of club, but it looks like that's what Slot's going to make them. When you look at the league and you look at the Champions League, it was always the Champions League that you thought Liverpool had a chance of winning. That's because they were just that team. But with City, you can see also City is a little bit of both. Even when they're in Europe, they can just go anywhere. On their best day, they beat anyone that comes, to the fore. So really, there's not much I can say about Chelsea. All I can say is that if they perform like how they did last season, which they started very well, by the way. At one point in December, they were almost so level with points with Liverpool in the league, that is, around December there. This was a club that I thought actually were going to go all the way. And I don't know what happened after January. Things just started going downhill from there, and they just started losing games. And but good thing they've managed to find their form before the season ended. That last month of the season, which was April and May, they started performing better, and they managed to clinch obviously the top four, which also came which was very hard actually, come to think of it. There was Aston Villa in the mix, there was Newcastle in the mix too, so there was just a lot for them going on, but they managed to hold themselves and they went through. So they got into the top four, so they'll definitely be in the Champions League. They also won the Conference League. They also went as well as winning the Club World Cup. So that's what I'm saying. This is a team that wins. This is a team that knows how to win. I mean, they've been quiet for the past 3 seasons, and this season they came and they took all the possible trophies that they were obviously involved in, which is obviously including the league, the League Cup and the FA Cup. But other than that, they won all the titles that were up for grabs. So what tells you that they will not perform next season or this season, this coming season? What tells you they will not perform? Because, I mean, looking at everything there is to look at, this is a team that looks like they are the real deal. And they have won 2 tournaments. Why? I think obviously they are a tournament team, which obviously we'll just have to wait and see how they perform in the league. But from what we have gathered, for what we have collected, they are definitely going to be a thorn in the league and the Champions League as well. Obviously, right now, the confidence is skyrocketing. It is shooting through the roof. They know they can do it. They know they have done it. They have beat a PSG side, and not just beat them, they have beaten them, because they gave them a 3-0, 3-0. And obviously there were those pessimists, that said, PSG were tired, PSG were this, were that, were this, were that. But the fact of the matter is Chelsea won, and we know also that PSG wanted that trophy. That's a Club World Cup. Club World Cup that is the first, to actually be made like that. The other Club World Cups obviously weren't really that important, because it's only just 4 clubs there. It's like a 2-day tournament or whatever. But with this one, it had more than 30 teams. This is like a World Cup. In fact, it is a World Cup for smaller teams. And Chelsea went on to win that, only losing 1 game in that tournament as well. So this is a Chelsea side that is very capable. This is a Chelsea side that's also going to fight in the league. So at this point, honestly speaking, I think the Premier League is just going to be exciting, guys. The Premier League is going to be super, super, super exciting in all fronts, because it looks like there are so many teams that have, upgraded their squads. And these are teams that we saw, how good they can be. We saw how good they can be. And we also saw what they were missing and what they needed to actually go all the way. So Arsenal has brought in a striker. Manchester City also, I don't think they have too many problems. They seem okay. I mean, if not, they have the money. They will always go for someone. And Chelsea are bringing a defender. They have Joao Pedro, they have Delap as well, and many other new players that they have brought in. And there's Liverpool also, waiting on Isak, which I believe the verbal agreement Isak has with Liverpool is there. So the only thing that we're waiting for right now is the club to actually set a price for the man and let him go. But how then do they do that if they are failing to get in a player? Because they are also looking into Seško, and now the problem is that Seško is enticed by whatever deal United has made for him, so I doubt he will go there. So now that would mean maybe Newcastle will have to go for Wissa or the Aston Villa striker as well. So it's a little difficult for Newcastle at the moment. They're about to lose a striker in Isak, a striker whom, if they manage to keep and also bring in other good players, they would have also went on to challenge. But it doesn't look like they have the pull factor. It doesn't look like they have the pull factor that United have or Liverpool has, and that's going to be a problem for them. But so far as we have seen, United are also, going all the way. They've brought in Cunha, they've brought in Mbeumo, and now they want to bring in Seško. And these are proper strikers, by the way. These are proper forwards. They're fighters. Mbeumo is a fighter, Cunha is a fighter. This is a different type of player from Garnacho or what's his name, Rashford. We're bringing in fighters here. A player that knows how to fight when all odds are against them. They fight for the shirt. And that's what Amorim is bringing into United, and that's what United wants to see. They want to see a player that puts his blood, sweat and tears in the game. When you are behind, you fight, you keep on pushing until you get something. And these are the type of players that Amorim is assembling at United. So there's a lot that's going to happen there. His formation or his philosophy is just another matter. But these are the type of players that he's bringing. You probably have explained to them how he wants to play, and they think they can do it. So let's just, wait and see what time will show us. But apart from that, then, from how I see it, guys, Liverpool are definitely going to be there. So will be Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, definitely. And United will definitely do better than they did last season. That 16th place is shocking, but I do believe they'll definitely be in the top 6 this season. You can see with the amount of players they're bringing in, and you know, all will be okay. I believe all will be okay. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and also share your thoughts on what you think will happen next season in the Premier League. Do you think Liverpool will win? Or do you think we're just pushing it? Do you think it's always Manchester City until they don't? You know? So thank you for watching until this far. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again soon. Bye-bye.